Welcome to Auction version 4, the latest event management software tool from Auction Systems. In this tutorial in the Data Entry Names series, I will show you the Tickets panel. The Tickets panel is the first yellow panel in the data entry form for names. In Auction, yellow is the color used for tasks associated with purchases and payments. But before recording any ticket purchased by this household or company, the entries and tickets must have been created in the Settings task on the main home screen. There is a separate tutorial series for settings. The rest of this data entry tutorial for the Ticket panel will assume your entries and tickets have already been created. To record a ticket purchase for this name record, press Purchase Tickets. You're required to select the initials of the person who is entering the ticket purchase for this name record. It's important to not only know what purchases are made by a company or household, it's important to know who entered the transaction information into the project in the first place. So if there's any questions, you'll know who to ask. The first time you enter a transaction in a session of data entry, you must select your initials from the pull-down. If you have never entered a financial transaction in this project before, you can add your initials to this list by clicking the plus button. Once you're in this pull-down, select yourself and close. During a session of using Auction, you will not be asked to choose your initials again until you close the project and reopen. Whenever you open your project, you're in a new session. Your initials will still be in the pull-down, but you will have to select them the first time you enter a transaction in the new session. Selecting your initials will take you to the ticket purchase screen. There are some other options at the top of this screen, including the ability to create another ticket level if the ticket level you want to enter is not already in the list. There are some other data entry options at the top, and they will be covered in other tutorials. Let's look at the ticket purchase portion of this screen. A couple of things are already preset and cannot be changed because you got to this ticket purchase screen from the Tickets panel in a specific household or company's name entry form. The first preset is the purchase type, which is set for purchase by household. In this case, household and company mean the same thing. The name of the household you are recording the transaction for is fixed. How the ticket purchase proceeds are being applied to your organization was fixed when you created the tickets in the Settings task. What can be changed is the name of the data entry person recording the transaction. And even though I started out in this session by clicking my initials, if someone else is going to sit at my computer and enter a transaction, they must choose their own initials. All the ticket levels are displayed, as well as how many entries are admitted for each ticket level. To enter a ticket purchase, I simply use the right arrow to choose the quantity of that ticket type. Notice I entered a quantity of 1 for the Gold Miner sponsorship. This ticket entitles the purchaser to 10 entries, and this sponsorship ticket level may have some added items already included, which appear on the right. A common mistake is to enter a 10 in the quantity field if you know you will need 10 entries. But remember, this one ticket comes with 10 entries, so only a 1 is needed in the quantity field. Press Save and Close to save the ticket purchase transaction. The next thing you'll see is the Entry Allocation Log. If there are individual names for this household or company record, Auction will automatically assign entries to any individuals in this record who are marked as attending or unknown in their individual attendance panel above. Once an entry is assigned, even if it was assigned automatically, the attendance panel above will automatically be marked as attending. Only individuals including additional household members marked as regrets in their attendance panel will not be automatically assigned an entry when a ticket purchase transaction containing multiple entries is entered for the household or company record. This screen is just a log that can be printed. No changes or additions to the allocations can be made here. Close the log and return to Data Entry Names panel to make additions or corrections. After a ticket purchase has been saved, the panel summary shows how many entries are purchased, how many entries are currently assigned, and how many entries remain. The left window shows what ticket purchases have been recorded for this household or company, and a household or company can purchase more than one type of ticket. On the right is a list of all the entries that are included with all the tickets that have been purchased. It shows how the entries have been allocated so far. If an entry is assigned incorrectly, press Clear. If this record has unused assignments, and they will be bringing guests that already have their own name record in your project, or if the company wants to donate unused entries to your organization, press Assign. If the guests of this company or household have not been entered into the project, you must save this record before creating a new name record for their guests. Pressing Assign for an unused entry will take you to the Assign Entry screen. This screen shows what type of entry you selected and who purchased it. It also shows if the entry is assigned yet. Choose whether the entry is going to be assigned to a specific person or if the entry will be donated to your organization. If the purchaser donates an entry to your organization, the person using that donated entry is a guest of your organization, not a guest of the purchaser. If the purchaser is using the entry for another person they wish to have as their guest, and that person is already in your project, choose that person from the pull-down. Which name types populate the pull-down can be chosen by you. All names will include all people in the project who do not currently have an entry. The All Names list includes donors and volunteers, as well as invitees. Attendees will only include people marked as attendees who do not already have an entry allocated to them in their own attendance panel. And attendees and invitees includes all people without an entry who are marked as attendees, whether they're donors or volunteers or invitees, and all people marked as invitees. Once you've selected a name or chosen Donate Entry, the Save and Close button will be enabled. Two other tasks can be done from the Tickets Purchases panel. You can edit the ticket purchase if the wrong ticket or too many tickets were recorded, and a ticket purchase can be voided. You will not be able to decrease the number of entries or void any entries unless the entries are first cleared. The next tutorial in the data entry series for names will be for the Transaction Register panel. Thank you for joining us.